Right, welcome to another driving lesson. As you can see, the weather is absolutely just splendid. So first thing I'm going to do before setting off is put my headlights on. A lot of people still don't put the headlights on when it gets rainy or dark, and that makes it harder for some people to spot them with the darker light conditions. So, in this drive, I'm going to be going on country roads. Guy's gone. I'm going to be driving in countryside roads, which are a mix of 60 roads, so it's high speed, with quite a lot of slow corners. So it's a road you really need to pay attention to what you're doing on. So I'll only be talking to the camera as much as it's safe to actually do so. Basically, as per the intro video on the... Sorry, I think I got rain. So the skies are brightening up. I've now left where I am, so I'm going to talk you through what I'm doing. So coming up to the junction with a bypass, slow down to give way, and clear, that truck's too far back. I ain't getting in his way. So now accelerating. Third. National speed limit sign, so we're 60 miles an hour. So it's at 60. There we go. I don't know how clear this will be on camera. I can see out ahead there's a lot of spray being kicked up from all these big trucks that are coming by. So in wet conditions you need to increase your braking zone, and when you've got spray being kicked up, it's always safer just to keep as far back as cars in front of you. Now I've got roadworks ahead. I can see the traffic pulling out, which means I've got the green light for now, but that doesn't mean it's still going to be green when I get there. And it is. It's just lovely. Slow down for this. Don't have to worry about the speed camera. The roadworks, thankfully. I'm turning here, so indicator, and then brake. Clear. So now we're off the bypass, we're into the country roads, which are 60, with the occasional village slowing us down to 30, which isn't a problem. And you just got to be careful with your corners. No rain at all now. Fast. And here we're coming to our first village. So we've got the 30-mile-an-hour marker sign here. So brake. Probably a bit fast going over the line. The real thing you've got to watch about these villages are there's not a lot of driveway parking, so a lot of cars are parked in the street. So if I was to come around that corner there and there's a car on the other side of the road, it's something you've got to prepare for. But again, that's road knowledge. Something that you'll get as you drive in time. So we're now back through national speed limit signs. So accelerating slowly up to 60. Another thing you'll notice, I have rather funny hand positions on the wheel. So 6th gear because we're at 60 miles an hour, maximum fuel efficiency. This is an open corner to the left. Hold it at 60. And I can see that we've got the road sign, which is a tight right, so bring speed down on the brakes to 40 miles an hour. Dropped it down to 30. Down to 4th gear for the acceleration. Van. This is another 40 corner, so brake again. Bring it down to 3rd this time. Accelerating. And again, we're coming to a 30 mark board. That's the thing about these country roads, is they may be infrequently used, but they are used by everyone: pedestrians, cyclists, cars, agriculture, you know. I'm going a little bit fast here. I'm still used to this place has only been recently made a 30 zone. I'm still used to it being a 60. Right, so this is actually a very long straight road. So you're fine to accelerate back up to 60 miles an hour. The only thing you have to watch out here is there's a lot of undulation in the road. So you need to keep both hands where they are on the steering wheel when you're changing gear. So the last thing you want is for your car to go down a dip and you've not got both hands on and you go scuff. Keeping to 60 miles an hour just now. There's a truck ahead that will probably be an issue. So I'm now just going to let myself be limited by the traffic ahead. That's one thing. Whenever you see bigger vehicles, anything from large vans up to, you know, HGVs, you always need to remember generally that they take longer to accelerate, brake, and they need more room to turn and things. Horse boxes are particularly one to watch out for because they can be quite unpredictable, because if they're empty they just drive like a normal truck. However, in this case you can tell that they've got horses in the back, because in order not to startle the horses, they're very slow on their brakes, very slow on acceleration, which obviously you do not want them stampeding around the back. So we'll just let them take it slowly. And we're now back in a 30 zone because of the housing. I don't know if you can hear that, I can hear the horses neighing. So yeah, just giving him all the room and time he needs to turn. And I'm clear to go back up to 30 miles an hour. So 30 miles an hour, I'm going to level it out in 5th gear. It's quite a steep hill, so you don't really need to worry all so much about being on the accelerator, more you need to worry about being on the brakes. I remember coming up this hill a few days after I passed my test. It was quite scary. So I'm turning in here. Hopefully you got a glimpse of the mirror signal manoeuvre. I was already aware there was that Land Rover behind me, but I checked his position. I going ahead, there's traffic in front of me. Well, not traffic, parked cars. This is another one of those things, there's not many driveways here, so there's parked cars all across the road. So you need to be constantly looking well down the street to see what's coming, otherwise you're both going to get yourself screwed. Now I'm parking here now, so I am going to, well, I've already got my indicator on. Actually I'm going to wind myself back in case someone comes behind me. Good enough! Right. Handbrake. Indicator off. This journey is concluded.